Brother Thurmond, Tony T. Thought we'd have more than 4 years together on this floor, but I've really enjoyed those 4 years, and I know we're going to be able to work together in many ways going forward. I wanted to share a couple stories. You know, one of the things about Tony and I is we're both former athletes, and I stress the former. If any of you have ever been to the Sacramento Amtrak station, sometimes we get there a little bit late and we have to run on down. And we did that recently. We've done it a couple times together, and we're feeling good about ourselves. We're you know, as we're getting closer, we're getting slower. And then when we finally on the train, we're pretty happy with ourselves, but we can't talk to each other for the next 5 minutes because we're trying to catch our breath. So we sit there panting and pointing at each other, trying to use hand signs. And then we compare our notes about how sore we are the next day, who's sore in our legs. One of the things I always loved, I've had some tough bills, and sometimes I work weekends and nights and try to make calls and get support. Whenever I would call Tony, sometimes he'd say, my staff hasn't briefed me. Sometimes he'd say, I haven't had a chance to read it in full. Sometimes he'd say, it's not on my radar. But then he'd ask, is it a Bonta bill? And I'd say yes, and he'd say, then I'm an I. And I appreciate that support, your belief in me. I invite anyone after Tony leaves to take on that role for my bills if they want to be an unconditional I. Be very appreciative. I will say this, all the great things that have been said, I believe 100% and more. But there is one place where you need improvement. You got to get your bowling game up, man. We do a we do a East Bay Bowling Challenge, a fundraiser for some of our young leaders. It's billed as Tony 10 pins Thurmond against Rob Kingpin Bonta, and he's on a streak of losing both times. But I will say you look good when you play. You got that follow through. It's smooth. It's just that the ball doesn't hit the pins that often when you do that. I want to end with this, Tony. We spent a lot of time on the train. We spent a lot of time in our districts. I'm proud that we represent Oakland together, but we've grown our friendship over the time. And, you know, I recognize in you what everyone, I think, sees, that you're hardwired to want to help people, that you have a good heart and a pure heart, that when you see something wrong, you want to right it, you want to ease pain, you want to end suffering, and you believe in people. You believe in the good in people, and you specifically believe in children and kids and the potential of every child, and you believe that every child with the right resources and the right support can realize their full potential and achieve their dreams, and you show that every day. And so, you know, your moral clarity, your moral compass is something that's not lost on any of us. It's influenced many of us, including me. You're able to inspire your constituents and the people that support you, but you're able to inspire us too. You've inspired me to be better, to be more passionate, to be stronger, to be a fiercer fighter, to be more of a champion and a warrior. So you will be missed by me. You'll be missed by all of us on this floor. You'll be missed by me on the train. And I hope that maybe this time next year I'll be standing up here authoring a bill sponsored by you. And I look forward to your continued inspiration and your continued leadership, and much success to you and much love, brother.